Hey everybody, you're listening to the Hisessions Hawaii podcast where we talk about everything local and beyond. I'm John Yamasato, your host, and joining me today is Kyle Shimabukuro and Devon Nekoba.
Howdy.
Before we begin, let me remind everyone of all the ways they can stay in touch with the show. There's Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all at Hisessions. You go to SoundCloud, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts. And finally, you can email us at hisessions@yahoo.com. Quit. If you'd like to help the show and get more music on the channel, please go to patreon.com and donate. There you'll get more involved with the show and help determine who and what is filmed. And we have 4 new patrons.
Wow. Yay! That's a good new year for us.
We always get patrons when we're not putting out content for some reason. So I don't know what they're trying to tell us. But so want to send a big mahalo to Adam from Utah.
Ooh, Adam. Thank you, Adam.
Mahalo. Lehua from Honolulu.
Thank you, Lehua.
Izzy from Oregon.
Oh, right on. Thanks, Izzy.
And Nikos from I don't know where. So Nikos, if you're hearing this, please respond to my message on the Patreon app so we can get you your shirt and stuff. Everybody else, we were able to get their shirts out.
Then don't forget, if you become a patron, you get a shirt like this one.
Yeah,
but so not this one.
Not this one. This one is officially retired. We have a new shirt that's being sent out. So it's going to take me probably about a month to send out everybody's shirt. So if you don't get your shirt, I'll make another announcement by say mid-February. Then get back in touch with me, and we will definitely get you.
You'll get one. Trust us.
Okay, I'm gonna go a little backwards and then forwards because I want to introduce our guest first.
Okay.
So our guest today is Maila Gibson-Bandmann. Thank you, Maila. Who is our Happy New Year? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Who is our stalwart first guest of the year every year? He is so good to agree to come and hang out with us every year on the first of the year. So thank you so much.
I love it. Thank you.
And it makes it easy for us because we know you and you're easy to talk to. So makes it great.
Easy is my middle name.
Maila's so easy.
Maila's so easy. So easy. That's why she got her nickname. Just kidding.
Right.
All right. Okay. But so I want to talk about Kupu Kupu Landscaping, landscape architects, Kevin Yokomura. You can call him at 808-722-8685 or go to kupukupulandscaping.com. But I want to talk about Kevin's wife's gig right now because she has Number 5 Bake Shop, who we've talked about on this podcast before. And if you are watching the pod video, you'll see we've laid out a whole bunch of their goodies. So Number 5 Bake Shop, Kevin's wife has 10 plus years of professional baking experience. She's actually a culinary graduate from KCC. Which, by the way, is a really good culinary school.
Oh, yeah. It's excellent. So putting out some really great chefs. A lot of them working in Hawaii right now.
Yep. Yeah. So it's called Number 5 Bake Shop because she's the 5th of 7 siblings.
Cute.
So we asked that question last time.
Yeah, none of us knew.
None of us knew. Yeah. But so what happened, we had posted about it or something. I posted about it on Instagram, and then Maila was so nice to go, I want to go check this out, and went down to Nordstrom where they usually do their pop-ups, and they were out.
They were Gandhi.
What, did you get there early? They were out already?
I want to say I got there at like 11.
Wow, that is pretty
so
early.
That's not early. But yeah, I mean, they were like cleaned up and gone.
Yeah, okay. So
I was like, no!
So they felt so bad that Maila didn't get anything, so they brought a whole bunch of. So you get to take
so sweet.
But not this one, because this one's mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
you can
fine.
take the rest, because that's like Kyle and John's one.
Okay.
But I was telling everybody, and I think you'll agree, it is. There's an ube one, there's an Oreo one, and they're little rolls with like frosting on them, and it looks really sweet. Like I like sweets, but sometimes things can be too sweet for me, and so.
These are really well balanced.
Yeah, when I ate my first one, I was like, okay, I'm gonna take a couple bites, and then that'll probably be it. I ate the whole thing, and I had no problem doing that.
Yeah.
And I'll try a cookie.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, me too.
I gotta try to.
Devon started without us.
Okay. You guys.
I didn't know it was gonna be a thing. I thought we were gonna.
Okay.
So this is us opening the.
So this is a Number 5 Bake Shop chocolate chip
Mac Nut
cookie.
And is this okay? And this falls into my category of it's bigger than your mouth, but it's chewy, so it's acceptable.
Huh?
No,
it's bigger than your mouth.
Yeah, I said there has to be a rule that if cookies are going to be bigger than your mouth, they have to be chewy.
I'll be able to
Crunchy cookies cannot be smaller than your mouth because when you bite them, they break into like a million pieces.
That's wasteful.
Yes, wasteful, frustrating. Yeah. So, okay. So they're going to be at the Nordstrom Ala Moana on Sunday, January 14th and Sunday, January 21st. Or you can go to Instagram and place an order. We'll post this on our Instagram as well, too. Okay.
I was like, you guys can just talk. I'm going to eat that.
Yeah. Thank you, number 5.
Make sure you get there early.
It's good too because you can taste the butter in this thing.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like a brown butter cookie. Like it's salty sweet.
Yeah. So the goodies we have there is a ube roll with halaya jam filling, topped with ube cream cheese frosting. Oh, the frosting's cream cheese. Okay, that's what makes it good. Okay.
But even then, it's not so sweet that it's overpowering.
It's not. Yeah, it's really not.
It's subtle yet annoying.
Subtle yet not annoying.
Okay, Oreo roll. Man, say that 5 times fast. With crushed Oreo, dark chocolate filling topped with chocolate cream cheese frosting, and with chocolate macadamia cookies. All right, yeah, so.
Very good.
Very good stuff.
She's going to eat that in the car and then tell her husband, oh, babe, we had these amazing cookies.
I am.
Sorry, I didn't bring one home for you, but they were really good.
We're stoked you finally got to taste it after.
Me too.
Yeah.
And I do. I follow them on Instagram and I watch them swirl the frosting on those rolls. And I mean, they're.
Do you do a lot of food watching on Instagram?
Not really.
You know what's got me? There's a guy on TikTok and Instagram Reels that cleans people's yards. Okay. You ever seen that?
No.
So like his whole thing is he just goes up to really messy yards and he talks to people. And he goes like, "Hey, I'll clean your yard for free," and usually they're like not into it until he says for free. But then he does like a time lapse of him.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. It's so satisfying to watch.
Some people get mad though, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why you get mad.
They get mad about him doing like the finished work or before when they're
before, right? Yeah. Well, just that he's bothering them about the yard and stuff.
My father-in-law used to do that on Kauai. If somebody's yard was too long and he was mowing his own yard, he would go do their yard. Wow. But that's like aloha spirit.
Yeah.
But I wondered though. I'm like, I wonder if anybody gets mad.
I think they'll get offended.
Offended.
Oh, you're kind of shaming them.
Yeah. Shaming them into keeping their yard nice.
Our neighbor mows ours. I have no shame at all.
Yeah, dude.
I'm happy because it means.
Yeah. You at least pay him? Or give him something?
Why? No, it's just that little strip, like in front of our house. It's that little strip.
Why don't you give us some cookies from number 5 today?
Oh, there.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. If he's out there, we'll give him. I'm gonna give him your cookies.
Okay.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, shoot, I didn't think, but we were doing Thanksgiving gifts, to some of the people that we work with, our vendors and stuff like that. This would have been perfect. I'm gonna keep it in mind for the next one. So okay.
Thank your co-hosts on the pod for being on the pod with you and give them cookies and rolls.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Just saying.
You're welcome. Okay, so Maila, 2024.
Yes.
What's up with you? Like, what's going on? I know. Okay, well, let's start with real estate because you're a master of many things. So, do you have big plans for real estate this year? Everyone asks what's going to happen this year with the market. Nobody knows answer that question, but they still ask every year, and you have to give some kind of answer.
Right.
So what is your answer?
Now is a great time to buy. Oh, it's a great time to sell.
Yeah.
What
have you been telling people?
What have I been I've learned, I think I learned this last year as well, maybe a couple of months in, not to try to predict rates, economy, and really not to build my business off of that. Like, just to forge relationships with people and be there to help them. And everybody's got their own timing, and no one should really try to time the market, especially in Hawaii. Yeah. My whole thing now is time in the market, because it's different. It's different from what you see in the headlines on the mainland. And if you can just get yourself a piece of it, the sooner the better, the better for you.
What is the interest rate right now?
Right now it's 6.5.
It was 9, right?
Yeah, it's gone down.
It was in the 8s.
8 over the last few months. It's gone down.
8125 or something.
How fast she came with that answer.
I know.
I think you're just letting me talk. I know you know this, John.
I would have been like,
Okay, here's a question for both of you.
Yeah.
In the history of Hawaii, what was the highest interest rate?
Why you asked him history?
Because
back in the
80s,
think
it was
late 70s, early 80s, yeah.
Double
It was
digits.
18%.
Double digits?
it was 18%.
But then again, the houses were way cheaper.
They were much cheaper.
Yeah.
Well, people weren't borrowing money at 18% at that time. So you would have a lot of like seller financing, things like that. So people would be getting around the interest rate that way. Yeah. So yeah, I think if rates were going to go that high again, people figure out stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
But Devon, when
It's like, this has become a real estate podcast. I don't know what happened there.
well, that was the first thing that I thought of with
I
my
know.
and we shoot, I mean, we should have talked about our holidays. We'll do that after. But Devon, when did you buy your house?
You're the one who's supposed to know. You helped us
I
buy
know,
the house.
I helped you, but I don't remember already what year that
It
was.
was
2006?
yeah, it had to have been because our son is 15 and he was just born.
Do you remember the interest rate back then?
No, but I remember.
bet it was
I
in
remember
the
we were
eights.
stoked about it, somewhere around there. Yeah, it
'cause
must have
I-
been because I think when we refinanced, we got it at like, I think we got it at like
6 or something.
Because
think
I bought in
honest, yeah.
2006, and my rate was 7.25, interest only,
Mm.
for the
Ours
first
was
10
like
years.
2 or 4,
Yeah. So you
Super
basically
low.
have your mortgage right now is like an asset almost because
Which is why people aren't selling,
Yeah.
which is
Yep.
creating issues because you go, oh, but if I sell now, I might get more money, but then I can't buy anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this rate that I'm paying now is not the rate I'm going to be paying later. And there's so much calculus you have to work out in your head
Yep.
that it makes people freeze up and they go, I'll just sit back and watch and wait.
That's true.
Right?
It's a standoff right now.
Yeah, and the
But the
waiting
good
and the
thing-
watching is the hard part.
The good thing about having friends like Devon is that he has no filter,
Yes.
right? So I remember after he bought his house. So this is 2006, 2007. Then we went into 2008, 2009, which was not good, right? It was a financial crash and stuff. And then every time I'd see Devon, he'd be like, "Bruh, my house not going up in value. What's up? What's wrong?" And I'd be like, "Oh, okay, you know." But look, here you are,
Perfect
you know.
impersonation.
Oh, yeah.
And
We,
he's mad at you?
And mad at me.
Oh, I got totally mad at him.
Yeah.
Why?
And then we found problems with the house, and I went, John,
Yeah.
bruh, look at what they did to this wall. He's like, I don't know what to tell you, man. Sorry.
So what did you learn from that?
No, I mean, it's
Don't sell my house.
don't
sell me a house.
don't
Yeah.
let
don't have-
Devon
no,
use
no.
you.
Devon's fine.
Okay.
But I mean, I'm sure.
But
that-
see, the thing is,
'cause-
the truth goes both ways, right? Because we've known each other for as long as we've known each other, he can be more honest with me than he would with any other customer that he has. Because,
Didn't you help
know,
paint his house too because you felt bad?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
And then
No,
he was
but-
just sitting out eating ice cream while you're painting?
No,
He wasn't home.
Oh, yeah. You wasn't even home. Where were you?
I wasn't painting my house.
But no, but I'll just.
I didn't even know he did that.
When he
actually.
complains to me about that, I'll just be like, Devon, it's called home ownership.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we have a good relationship in that way.
Because it's fun.
Yeah.
Because I was for the first couple of years I was able to guilt him into all kinds of shit. It was great.
Yeah, because the market was bad, and he
Such a
he
good
let me know
friend and
every
client,
day.
right?
I made him
Yeah.
laugh with all kinds of shit. I was like, yes.
Yeah, so you gotta you tell your Devon clients it's just hold steady and just
Yep.
that's the advice.
Yeah, but
It
see,
is.
Maila not gonna do that, man.
What?
No, I mean you're really nice and you'll be helpful, but there's a certain point. See, with that smile that she has, which you will see on video if you're watching the YouTube, the smile turns into like this thing with the teeth start to get a little closer, and it becomes like, oh yeah, sure. And you know that there's a certain point where Maila just has the ability to go, no, we're not gonna
It's true.
do that, right?
Yep.
Because you gotta draw that line somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you've been always, unfortunately, John, not that good with that.
Yeah,
Just with
I've
your
gotten-
friends.
I've gotten better,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah. So positive outlook then for 2024.
I think so. I mean, our lender friends are saying rates are going to probably just hang out where they are. They're not going to go up anymore. So we saw a lot of volatility last year.
Yeah.
And then hopefully they'll come down in 2025. But it's amazing how the market can be driven by rates, right?
So-
and we don't want that to happen because then prices are also affected by rates. So rates come down, prices go up.
I don't know if this is an easy answer or not, but if I was to tell you, what should I buy right now, bang for your buck? Would it be a nice condo in Kaka'ako? or a house in Central Oahu?
Bang for your buck. What do you mean when you say that?
Like, worth the money, worth the investment, worth the possibility of flipping it down the line or selling it and at least making a profit and not a loss?
Whew, loaded question, because it really depends on what your goals are. Certain neighborhoods have lost value in 2023 more than others. Waianae is one of the least expensive neighborhoods right now. The other one is Eva, and the other is Waipahu. So if you're looking at entry level price point, I just want to get in and I want to get something, those are the neighborhoods you would want to look to. But if you're looking at appreciation and something that's going to hold its value, you want to look at neighborhoods like Kailua, Moanalua, Salt Lake. Those are the ones that actually outperformed the market in 2023.
Really?
Yeah. Everything else is down. Even my neighborhood. Darn it.
Which is amazing because we have no houses.
We have no houses. But the single-family home market in Hawaii Kai is down while the condo market is up. So there's so much to consider.
Yeah.
Because there's not a lot of, and there's not a lot of condos in that Hawaii Kai area too, right?
There's
No.
no.
And a lot of them are
inventory-wise, it's rough. So
the hard part, lately has been just the age of the condos. So there's a lot of maintenance issues that are coming up. So a lot of my buyers are very cautious about, are there going to be big costs coming up, and how is that going to affect the maintenance fees and all that stuff. And also there's an issue with insurance now. I guess because of all of the craziness on the mainland, it is affecting our condos here in that they're raising rates and stuff on insurance.
interesting.
So,
Yeah, I was because there was a pod I was listening to, I think it was NPR, or was it the Daily? I don't know. But they were talking about how buying a house is not quite the investment that people thought it was, and maybe it's just not for you. But it all becomes an individual basis because everybody said, right, when we all grew up, except Maila because she's younger than us, but it was and John
Significantly.
It was significantly. It was all about buy a house, invest in a house. Our parents, my parents, totally believed in that. Right, you buy your house and then you have this little plot of land and it's yours and all that, right? And now that's starting to flip a little bit because the kids are realizing they can't make enough money to buy the house. And then on top of it, when they buy the house, then there's all the other little sundry things you got to take care of in a house that you don't have to deal with an apartment. And so they're like, maybe you got to rent is better, or maybe buy a small apartment and then,
I
move
think
your way
this
up.
is a big part of the problem. I just heard this on another podcast the other day, so I don't want to completely bite it, but I was like, oh my gosh, this is so
it's
true.
totally fine. No, it's totally fine.
Baby boomers,
Yeah.
They all have huge houses that have tons of equity, right?
Yeah.
And then their children are like, oh my gosh, it's such a struggle. And our parents are so happy to say on Christmas when they have guilted all of us to come home to their house that they have lived in forever, they will sit around and tell us, we bought this house for $200,000 and now it's worth 1.8.
Yeah.
And then we're all like, oh my gosh, that's never going to happen to me. I bought my house for 1.4, and it's not even as big as yours. We start thinking that. So then all of that trickles down and we feel hopeless. And yet our parents are so happy to brag to us about their financial situation.
My dad bought a house in Pro City in the 60s. One of the first ones in the neighborhood for $35,000. And then in the
because he's bragged to you.
Yeah, in the late 90s, late 90s or early 2000s, flipped it for 400 something, right? And you're like, that doesn't happen nowadays. If that was the case, I would own a couple houses with that kind of down that he had to put, but. It's just unrealistic.
Yeah, but there was also nothing in that area, right? It's
pretty
much just his house.
But it's a brand new house.
Yeah.
And,
well, my in-laws too. They live in Pro City side, and their house has been paid off for years,
and they're never gonna sell it.
No.
The
kids would have to sell it.
Such a part of who they are, and being able to say, "I bought this for $200,000, and now it's worth 1 million," and guilting you, and getting everybody to come home, and they're never gonna sell it.
You know what's funny though? I do often think because now we look at a lot of houses, and I think about the massive parties that we used to have, family parties, like Christmas and Thanksgiving and stuff. And I always used to think like, oh, Auntie Hanako's house, man, that place was so big, you know, because we had so many people in there and stuff. And then I think about it, that was not a big house.
Yeah.
But I was small.
Yeah.
So I think that's what made it
Yeah.
feel big. But yeah, we used to pack people in the houses for family parties and stuff back in the day. That's
you know,
for sure.
You know what I did that when I was young, my 20s, and I never regretted? Was I rented first.
Uh-huh.
And I lived like in Kamiki,
Yeah.
you know, Pacific Heights,
too.
you know, Booth Row. I mean, I lived everywhere. So like when we came down to buy, I knew what neighborhood
Me too.
I didn't want to live in, and I knew what neighborhood I wanted to live in. So I thought like renting was the best experience.
Yep.
It's kind of like dating before you get married. You know, you date around, you get married, and you find the right one, right? But
Yep.
You dated a long time.
but now when I listen to people looking for a place to rent and the amount they gotta pay,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's
That's
like
crazy, no?
that's a mortgage right
I
there.
know.
Yeah.
It's true.
So I don't know if that theory actually works now. You know?
Yeah, I'm soon to be living with my parents
Again.
again. We were doing a renovation, and
Yeah.
I thought about renting a spot instead, but it's so expensive.
It is.
So I'm just gonna suck it
You
up.
would have
Suck
been,
it
you would have
up,
been
Buttercup.
renting in Waianae or something.
Yeah.
Kamiki really had a 4-bedroom house, I think, three bat, paying like $1,400 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You remember that house?
I remember
right?
that house.
So
Yep.
crazy.
That-
But that's why it's been fun to watch her videos, because like the journey that you and Kili have been on, your husband, is kind of mirrored a lot of other people, right?
Mhm.
So you can actually talk about it from a personal standpoint of like,
Sure.
holy
Yeah.
shit, this is crazy. Look at my
Yeah.
husband in the backyard trying to build this thing. Oh my God.
But it's such a beautiful place.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I feel really, really lucky to have found the property we have. It feels like Hawaii
Yeah.
to me
Yeah.
in that valley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were saying that you spent New Year's Eve just huddled with your doggies.
I spooned my rescue dog. I had to spoon him, poor thing. He's my first dog that was affected by fireworks. Like I have 2 Cocker Spaniels and they could care less. And then him, we were curious because he ran away, or the Humane Society picked him up on July 5th. So I think it had to have been because of fireworks. That's the theory. So coming up to New Year's Eve, we wondered.
For those in the audience that don't know, Hawaii on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
is
And
a-
July 4th.
July
but New
4th,
Year's
not
Eve
as much, but
also.
New Year's Eve is the big one.
It's
it
nuts.
is a fireworks extravaganza.
And they're illegal.
Yeah. It does not stop anybody. It is pandemonium. So yeah.
Nuts.
Just
So
watch
please.
the videos.
Yeah, please continue.
So we have very little fireworks in our neighborhood,
Yeah.
which is great. But then every now and then one would go off, and then he would get a little startled. But on New Year's Eve, I noticed, it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger the closer you get to midnight, right? And so he started to get more anxious. He was shaking. He was pacing. He was panting. And I was like, oh my gosh, this poor dog. So I had to go lay in his bed with him and like grab him and like wrap my legs and my arms around him and just calm him down and spoon him. It was so, and he's like a 60-pound hunting dog.
Jeez.
It's
Did it
so
work, though?
sad. It totally worked. So, if you can spare yourself on New Year'sEve and lay down with your dog,
Because that's kind of like the thunder.
like a thunder
vest,
coat.
right?
Yeah.
I think so.
Thunder
Yeah.
And he did calm down, and then he was fine.
Oh, good.
Like by the time midnight came, it was like,
After midnight, it dies down pretty quick.
yeah, it does.
Now you got to do that every year,
I know.
Yeah, well, maybe she and her husband can take turns.
Yeah.
But it's sad.
Because he can spoon. Kitty is big enough. He can
Oh.
spoon you and the dog.
That's
You go in
true.
one time and
But it's amazing all the people that miss out on the big parties because they have to stay with their
Yeah.
dogs,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like I know Nolan, we were saying that earlier. He's a dog lover and he
It's
couldn't
a
go anywhere.
responsibility.
It is.
And
So
a lot
you
of
don't want
my
them to
friends
get-
left early too because of their animal at
Yeah.
home.
Which is really sweet.
It's also sad that the animals have to live like that the entire year in Hawaii because the fireworks never stop.
Especially
Well-
in like Kapolei, Waipahu,
Yeah.
Eva. We were golfing last week and the fireworks were nuts already. Like before
Really?
New Year's Eve.
Actually, I wanted to talk to you about the golf thing.
Oh.
Because that's become your new
Hobby.
Passion.
hobby. Yeah.
Passion?
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So what got you guys started? Because I know Kili plays. right?
Kaylee never played.
Oh, I thought he did.
No, he was
Oh.
highly against golf. To him, it's a waste of time. It's a fat person, old person's sport. It takes too long, blah, blah, blah. So he was always against it because he's a basketball player.
Oh, okay.
I took lessons in 2019, 2020, everything shut down, so I didn't get to golf. And then last year, I met somebody at a golf event, Oahu Golf Apparel. They had their charity golf tournament, and we love their shirts. So we weren't golfers, but we were wearing
Very
their
comfy
shirts.
shirt, yeah. Very
And they're super stylish.
Yep.
So we went to their golf tournament. Byron Scott was there. So if you're
Laker fan.
Warren Sapp, like all these, he brought in all these athletes. So
Wow.
Cool.
that already started warming Kaylee E up to the idea of golf. Then we met Deontay Wilder's father-in-law. You know Deontay Wilder?
Yeah.
Okay. We met his father-in-law and just became great friends. Well, Deontay and his wife have a tournament in Southern California every year.
I can't imagine that guy playing golf.
He golfs. It's kind of amazing.
Is he like 7 feet tall?
Yeah.
They gotta make like some
So the
kind.
club is as big as you.
Do you know who Deontay Wilder is? Oh, he's a boxer, heavyweight boxer. He is unusual because he's a heavyweight, but he's really, really tall and has a really long, and he looks real skinny, but he's probably one of the hardest punchers in boxing.
Well,
and
just it comes from way up here.
Yeah, I mean, he just gets the craziest leverage on people.
And he usually wins by knockout.
He's lost his last few fights,
he has.
but he's still.
How do you lose a fight as a 7-footer?
Well,
is it like Andre the Giant where somebody jumps on
no,
his
the
back?
other guy he fought Fury.
Tyson Fury.
Tyson Fury, yeah. That guy's like 6 something too, right?
He's up there too.
7 feet too.
Yeah.
But Deontay's 38 now, so they're kind of saying he's at the end of his career, being the age that he is. Anyway, we golfed in that tournament, and Kaylee had never golfed before, so he had to learn to swing a club.
Okay.
And Vince Carter was the celebrity that was on his team.
Oh my God.
So,
that was it.
Gunzo. Vince Carter golfs, I'm gonna golf. And now Kaylee is like hooked, and
That's
he goes
great.
every chance he gets. But what's nice is that it's something we can do together.
Yeah. Did you set ground rules? Because I know when my parents used to play together, the ground rule was we cannot tell each other how to golf because it causes beefs. Because my dad or my mom sitting in the cart, my dad takes a swing. Go, really? You can swing like that? No, that's why you're slicing. If you just hit, you gotta pull. Lloyd, you gotta pull back this way.
Yeah.
And Dad's like,
So
leave
you
me
don't
alone, woman.
We don't fight, but Kaylee does try to be like my caddy. And so the other day he was like, "You're not standing." Yeah, same thing like your dad. So look where you're facing. You're not facing the right way. Face the other way. And then I hit the ball into the bushes, lost my ball. He was like, "I'm sorry. This is the last time I tell you what to do."
And you don't took the lessons.
Yeah, I took the lessons. Yeah.
So I'm making noise.
Yeah, no, just put a whole cookie out on it. You know, what are you doing?
Can't help but eating this thing.
It's super
It's good.
delicious.
No, it's really good.
But you do learn a lot about people with golf. You learn temperament. You learn integrity. You know, do they get pissed off if they don't make it? Like, how do they handle it? How do
Yep.
It's an honor sport, right? Like, there's nobody really watching. There's no referee. Like, it's self-reported.
There's a few close friends of ours that we would never trust playing golf with.
Yeah, no, not so much. Yeah.
They would kick the
Because
ball.
you know they're going to cheat and be like they go off the other end, right?
Yep.
The ball goes off the green, and then you watch them disappear, and then about 5 minutes later, the ball comes popping up, and they go, "Okay, 3." We're like, what? What are you?
Well, you did play with them then before.
Maybe. No, but I mean, we've all, I don't know. Maybe you haven't had enough rounds with people yet, but like you'll play with that person that's like that.
Yeah.
And after you spend 4 hours with them and they do that, you go, okay, well, we're not going to be in business together, are we? You're not going to need me to do anything because I can't, I can't roll with this. And it's really interesting.
Yeah.
My buddy Aaron, who listens to this podcast, shout out to Aaron.
Yeah.
He made me realize like how bad I was, because we're playing Waikele one time, you know, and then we're approaching the green, and he goes, "Oh, okay, so when you hit the ball, just try to hit it to the right side of the pin because the thing rolls this way." And I'm like, "You can aim like that?" He's like, "Yeah, you're gonna try." I'm like, "I'm just hitting it in like that direction, you know. It hits the green, great, you know." But And like I've been golfing since I was in high school, and
Oh,
I still
wow.
can't do that. And he's like, yeah. So that was kind of it for me.
I
with
didn't
golf.
know you were a golfer.
Buddy, I didn't either.
Yeah, I used to play golf a lot,
Oh,
but I don't play
Okay,
anymore.
Mila.
okay.
No, I don't
Take
go.
it
to-
down.
I don't
Hisessions
even-
golf
I don't
trip.
even. I don't even have a.
You don't have clubs anymore?
Oh,
No.
you can borrow my dad's
Yeah, boy.
clubs.
But for the reasons that I went the opposite. I used to play, and then I'm like, it's too hot. I'm out here too long, but I don't want to play anymore.
Oh, takes too
Yeah.
much time.
I would think
Well,
you'd
then
be
you
able
started
to-
playing music too. So
Yeah.
that was more of a passion.
But it's a
and-
great way to build clientele, have business. Kind
You know-
It's
social
not.
stuff. No.
It's not.
It's not.
I don't know. I remember when people would tell me, "Oh, I golf for business." Now I'm like, you did not golf. For business. You golf because you wanted to golf.
Yeah.
That's a lie.
Exactly.
Keep
Yeah,
telling
yeah.
yourself that.
Because realistically, at the most, you're golfing with 3 other people
Yeah.
for like 6 hours. That is not a good use of time.
Yeah.
If you're trying to get business.
It's true.
You're,
Yeah.
you're completely true. Yeah.
I mean, you
But
get,
if you go to those tournaments and you meet
I mean,
people,
unless
Yes.
unless
and you network,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That,
Yeah,
that I
yeah.
guess.
If it's the networking, like when you
No.
play in tournaments and stuff, it's worth
That's
it.
true.
Because if they
And-
put you with the right people, then you're. You know.
And you usually find like a tribe of people that you
Yeah.
golf with every
Yeah.
week, right? So you're golfing with the same 3 people every week.
Yeah.
That's not networking.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Can I tell you a funny story?
Sure,
that
sure.
happened when I was playing golf, and I'm gonna get in trouble, but I don't care because hopefully they're not listening. So I played golf at Olomana.
I like that course.
In like a little tournament thing, right in Kailua side, and my game sucks, but there's always one hole that something happens, and I play
That's your hole.
otherworldly.
Yeah.
No, but it doesn't matter. I don't even know what hole.
But it's
gonna
random.
Be.
It's
It's random. It just happens, and it just so happened that there was a guy who was putting together the teams for this tournament that I was going to play in the next week, and I uncorked a drive, and it like flew the whole green, went over, was straight on, everything, and I went, yeah. And he saw that, and so he said, "Oh, well, Devon can play." And I went, "No, I really can't." He goes, "No, but look at that shot." I went, "No, I cannot play." He didn't listen to me, and so the next week I was playing in a tournament, and it was it was like a best ball. No, it wasn't even best ball. You had to play. So there's different kinds, right?
Scramble.
So,
It's called
I don't know.
scramble.
yeah, it was like a
Big ball.
scramble, and everybody got to play their ball, right?
Mm.
And I'm playing with Donna Kim and Joyce Fossey. And Donna Kim is intense when she plays golf.
Oh, really?
And Joyce Fossey is a nice lady, but she's intense when she plays golf. And I told them, I'm so sorry, but I suck. And they were like, no, it's okay. You'll be fine. And then I sucked, like really badly. It was so bad that by the 3rd hole, Donna Kim looks at me and goes, how did you get on our team?
Oh, no.
And I'm like, so bruh, the whole round was them either yelling at me because my shot sucked, or like, how did you get on this team? Or, oh my God, we're never going to win anything because you're on my team and you're terrible.
Oh, they Bob Barkered you.
Yeah, they
Before.
It was awful. And all I could do was play, right? I couldn't.
Did they make you cry?
Almost, bro. They were trying
That
to.
would make
That
me
would-
cry.
Yeah.
Sure
It
would.
I
was,
would
it
give
was
up.
so intense, and I played with all kinds of guys who are super, super competitive. I've never in my life felt more like quitting golf than that time. And Donna, Joyce, if you guys are listening, I'm sorry, but it's true. And I sucked, and I told you that I sucked. So, yeah, it almost threw me off golf. And I was like, I don't want to.
That would
Scarred.
traumatize me.
Yeah, I was scarred, man.
You know what's funny? At our old company locations, they used to do a young old golf thing every year.
Yeah. Oh, and you had Rodney.
Yeah, Rodney Mukai, who's a very good golfer, would always play.
Oh,
But
no.
the funny part was, I started with the company when I was 25, and then all they do is they take the whole amount, and then at a certain cutoff, right? You on the old team, and a certain cutoff, you're on the young team.
Mm-hmm.
As I got older, more young guys come in, right? And at a certain point, I'm like, wait, which team am I on? So on the old team, I'm like, oh man, I'm on the old team now? That was very disheartening.
The number keeps low.
Yeah. Because I'm going up, and then more young guys are
Yeah.
coming in, right? So it's like, oh no. Yeah, that was pretty sad.
This phase of life at the age that I'm at, I don't know if you feel this way too. We're about the same age. I think
Okay.
I'm older than you.
I'm
Am I?
45.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm older than you. It's weird because I don't feel old. Like I feel like I'm 33.
Yeah.
I think because I don't have kids, that might be
But
part of it.
to kids, 33 is old.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like kids that are in their 20s and 30s, I'm like, oh my gosh, they view me totally different than I view myself.
Oh,
and so
yeah.
I'm trying to
Oh,
have
yeah.
this like self-awareness because I don't want to be like that mom on Mean Girls that's like, I'm a cool mom. If you girls are going to drink, I want you to drink here.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
want to
yeah.
be that
You know why
weird
I feel young?
woman.
It's because I don't have kids.
Yeah, I think that's what
I was
it
gonna say that's why you guys.
is.
'cause
Yeah.
The kids.
So
my
we'll
kids
be
remind
forever
me
young.
all the time how old I
Yeah.
am.
Because we can't relate to anything else.
Like Ben Vegas, he's got a big birthday today, and
Yeah.
and I think that's part. He doesn't have children, and he's like Benjamin Button. Like
Yeah.
he just gets younger and younger, or has. And I think that's kind of why. Not saying that you guys are doomed because you have children. I'm not saying that at all. I'm
No,
sorry.
but they remind
I
you.
don't want it to come off like that. But
no, but they do act a little bit. They get dad mode,
oh yeah,
and
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know what that's like. Because I'm
Right.
the uncle just playing around.
Yeah.
Right?
So
Ah.
Uncle
You know?
going, yeah, touch that. Go,
Yeah.
go, flip that button. It's fine. We'll see what happens.
But I think the negative part of it is like I have to be hyper aware of like how old I really am. Not to be ageist or anything like that, but I just, you know what I mean? Like I have to remember.
Yeah.
I guess,
You're
but I don't know.
46,
You're the one
Maila.
like deadlifting and
I know.
golfing and.
I know what's good with you is you still can blend in.
Yeah.
You
Me,
think?
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't act like I'm in college anymore. When I'm at UH, I look like one of the parents picking the kids
Oh
up.
my gosh. Not that we want to act like that, but just, you
Well,
know.
I have a just got back from Maui for my. Oh, I should talk about that a little bit for my vacation, yearly vacation. But I have this vest that I wear. It's a dad vest.
Uh-huh.
What kind
And
of
I just
vest?
lean into it. It's a unique little like a
Like a
puffy
puffy, one?
vest.
What?
Why is that a dad
Like
vest?
the Elmer Fudd kind? Like the hunting
Yeah, like an Elmer Fudd vest.
Does it have compartments? What do you mean?
No,
Just
no,
to
no.
keep warm, yeah?
Just to
'Cause
keep
Your
warm.
chest gets cold.
Those
Yeah.
are totally in. I wore that to golf.
Really?
See? Is that an old thing?
I think it's an old thing.
I thought
My
I was
kids
being
tease me about it.
stylish.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
no.
you're right, because you see like little Asian ladies on a hot day wearing that vest.
Yeah.
And
Are
then you
they
see John
cold?
in Maui wearing it.
Are they
And I
cold and it's
embrace it.
80 degrees?
What color is it?
It's gray.
Oh, you look like an armadillo. It must be when you walk
Yeah,
around.
maybe.
But you bought it legitimately because you're cold.
Yeah, I bought it in
warm.
Japan one day because I was cold.
Okay.
But I still wear it. I love it because it's like, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like a full jacket.
Your
it's a little
thunder.
vest.
Well, it isn't a full
Thundercoat?
jacket. This is
Are you
John's-
anxious, John?
You need to be cuddled. Spoon.
So, because, it gets
It's like
chilly.
ducks
in
cuddling
Maui.
you.
yeah. Huh?
Yeah.
That's
But
funny.
I wanted to report back. We did not go out to Lahaina.
Yeah.
I thought, I know what's out there. I don't think driving by is going to change my mind about anything.
Yeah.
So we did not drive out there. But what was really interesting was there are certain places that are just crazy busy. Like, so Restaurant Matsu, which is my favorite restaurant chain in the world. Not chain, because only
No
one.
chain.
But that place was packed every time we went there, So, which is great because it's a local run business and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Safeway was just like nuts. But then there were a lot of other small stores and stuff in the malls that was like nobody there,
Mm.
So I think, Lahaina, not Lahaina, Kihei, at night, it was like impossible to get a restaurant reservation. So I think a lot of the tourists are coming back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think some of it is coming back a little bit, but it's really like pockets of spaces like that. Some is busy, really busy, and then some is not. It's not just,
Hasn't it always been like that though? Where
I
it's-
guess,
Right.
but it just felt more disproportionate or
Yeah.
something. Yeah, because you walk around Maui Mall and it was just like IHOP was busy, but then everywhere else was like nothing, like a ghost town. So I think they could still use the tourism and the help if you have to go for a vacation or whatever. I think it's still a good place to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I did see at the theater Godzilla -1
In Maui.
in Maui.
Oh.
Yeah, I took my daughter to go see
Was
it.
the theater crowded at least?
Well, you know what's weird is there was only like 22 seats in the whole theater. It was one of the smaller theaters,
Oh.
but it had the big chairs, so
Nice.
it was quote unquote full, but it was not that many seats, right?
Yeah.
But that movie, I think it's probably my favorite of the year.
Okay.
It was really well done. So Godzilla Minus One is a Japanese-made, Japanese-produced. Everything's from Japan. It's in Japanese. It's subtitle. But I'm not a big Godzilla fan. Never was. I thought the movies are kind of corny. The American version of Godzilla. But this one is more about
all the background stuff.
Yeah, it's set in World War. Right after World War II, and Japan is rebuilding, and then they have this Godzilla thing, and the characters that are in it. It's the first time you ever cared about the characters. Usually you're just waiting for the monster to come out or whatever.
And
So
eat
you
them.
can kill people.
Yeah.
They couldn't even have had Godzilla in this movie. Would have been good.
Really?
It's really good. I highly recommend if anybody can still get to see it. It's still in the theaters, I think, probably for a little while. Or if you see it on streaming, go see it. You don't need to see it in big, IMAX.
Did you
and all
do
that
a
stuff.
one-word review?
I did. I said it's the best Godzilla movie, period.
Okay. Sorry, I
Yeah.
missed that one.
No, well, I did a whole dump because I saw. So I try to watch 50 movies a year.
Wow.
And when I left for Maui, I was at 45, so I watched 5 movies in the
bro.
week.
You watched Barbie.
I did watch Barbie.
Yeah.
I
That's
saw
right.
your Barbie one word.
Yeah, I didn't want to watch that movie, but I was kind of out of movies that I could watch, so
Uh-huh.
I did watch it. I mean, it was okay.
I heard guys that were forced to watch it kind of said it was okay.
I liked it.
Bridget
Yeah.
Gardot is like ridiculous. Gardot, is that her name? No, I just merged her with Gail.
Margot
Gail.
Robbie?
Margot.
Bridget Bardot.
I was like, wait, who?
I'm like, even when I said it, I was like, who? That's not anywhere near. Oh my gosh. Anyway, what's her name?
Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie.
She is so beautiful.
Oh, good
Yeah.
lord.
Golly.
Yeah.
Like, it just was like, oh my gosh.
And then
isn't she like a producer? Like, she
she
wasn't.
and the husband produced that movie.
Yeah, she
yeah.
wasn't
Really?
supposed to be Barbie.
Yeah,
like
right,
they
yeah.
were gonna have somebody else do
Yeah,
it.
but
Right.
then they said, no, Margot, you have to do it.
She's
No,
flawless.
and she's great in everything. Like,
Yeah.
I, Tonya, she was great. Wolf of Wall Street, she was great. She's great as Harley Quinn. She's
Yeah.
great as Barbie. I'm trying to think of what else she's been in. But everything I've ever seen her in, she's been
She's
good.
so good.
But she was saying people are a little too enamored of her feet.
Oh, I can
Oh,
see
Because she
Yeah.
said because there's you never saw the movie, yeah?
Because Barbie's
No.
feet are like this, right?
But you
all the
did watch
time.
it.
No, why don't watch that movie?
Because your wife made you watch
No,
it.
she didn't want to watch it.
All right. Anyway, they did it in the previews where she walks out with the shoes on.
Yeah.
Then she takes her feet out of the shoes, and then
Oh.
she's still on the tippy toes.
Yeah.
And she said that people were so enamored with that and her feet that she went to look up. I think she went to look up Margot Robbie. Like for the first time, she tried to Google herself. She Googled Margot Robbie, and you know how it fills in.
Yeah.
Before she
Feet,
could
yeah.
type, it said Margot Robbie's feet. So
Yeah.
she went,
Well-
huh, what's that? And she hit it. And she said, there are people that did reels of just her and her feet.
Wasn't there like a
in all the
celebrity
different movies that she's
we
done?
website
we
with
had,
feet?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
had the lady from the news. Oh man,
The lady from the news?
Yeah, remember she came. She's from the news on the mainland. She was
Oh,
on a
yeah, yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
Why?
I can't remember now. Yeah,
Her name is
it's gone.
escaping me. This is really.
But it was
bad.
all.
But
feet
she was
stuff.
talking about how there's a whole pages dedicated to her feet.
Maria.
Yeah, Maria. Yes. That's right.
That's right. Yeah,
Wow.
her own feet. Maria
So there
Kumar.
you go.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
she has her own feet page by
Yeah.
people.
I feel like
That's how you know
maybe-
you made it.
I feel like in Hawaii that's probably not a fetish because our shoes are off all the time, so it's not taboo.
No, it's not.
No?
It's not a unhidden thing. It's more the
not?
feet thing.
It's a
yeah,
feet
for men, it's
thing?
the feet thing. It's the sole and the top and the whole feet thing.
Are
I
you
don't
a
know.
feet guy?
No, I'm not a feet.
I don't get
No,
it.
but he's
I don't
on
like-
a show with Sunway
I don't
and
like
she
Hamilton
educates him.
feet. But
Yeah.
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 I mean,
Well, okay, I will admit, when I watched that movie, I'm like, golly, her feet are pretty. Like,
See?
I did notice it,
Huh.
and it made me want to go get a pedicure. My feet should be pretty.
I thought number one, if we're talking about Barbie, Ryan Gosling was great.
He
in that movie.
was.
So
He's
good.
great in everything,
Yeah, he's great
too.
in everything too.
How did they get that set to all match that pink? They must have painted everything.
I
no,
know.
they ran out of pink.
No.
Really?
Yeah,
They
that's
ran
right.
out of pink.
Pink paint.
Yes.
Yeah, the manufacturer. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they ran out of.
Pretty
pink paint.
amazing, yeah.
Yeah, because
I mean, that's one thing you can appreciate with
Yep.
that is
No, I wouldn't say
color
it was a bad
coordination.
movie. I didn't
But
not
it's,
enjoy it.
Well,
but there
you
was-
said though you only liked the first half.
Me too,
And
though.
then the
It
second
got
half
that way.
was a
it
little.
got a little. eye
A
rolly.
little too preachy.
Yeah, eye
A
rolly.
little too
Yeah.
preachy on the.
No.
And I didn't even the message like I didn't mind the message, but it just got a little bit too like in your face with it.
Yes.
So I think a little bit more subtlety would have gone a long way. That being said, not like I wouldn't recommend seeing it because of it. It wasn't that bad. But yeah, but the first half I was really having a good time, and then it became kind of, in my opinion, whiny.
Yeah, whiny, like heavy. Like, can't we just have fun?
Yeah.
You think the kids get it when they watch it, or is it just eye
they're
candy?
they're just kind of more just having a good time with the
Yeah,
music and all that
yeah.
stuff.
No.
Like I like the part where he's singing the Three Doors Down song. I thought that was hilarious.
Yes.
So there is parts of that section. I wouldn't say it's all
No,
bad.
Matchbox 20.
Oh, was it Matchbox? I can't remember. Yeah.
What
okay.
song
Is it
was
one
it?
of
Use push.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Because
that
it's
was
push
pretty
you.
funny.
Because the
was good.
lyrics push you.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So they said that was problematic, and
Yeah.
it's funny because I had no idea. So I'm listening to the words, going, I wonder why they're using that. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. All
But
right.
yeah, but it was fine. It was not a bad movie. It's not part of my top 6.
Did you watch Air?
I did watch Air. That was good.
The
Loved
Michael
it.
Jordan one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Oh
That
yeah,
was so
I gotta
good.
watch that.
Yeah,
But-
you gotta watch that one. That one was really good.
But if you're
Mhm.
talking about movies about a product, did you see Blackberry?
No.
No.
Oh, Blackberry to me is a better movie than Air.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, it's the movie about the Blackberry,
Oh.
the phone or whatever.
Did
So
you
good.
watch Leave the World Behind?
Yes.
I did not watch that.
Oh, you gotta watch
Kyle
that.
called me just to talk to me about
It's-
the movie.
So terrifying.
It's terrifying, but when you find out who helped produce it,
Uh-huh.
it's even more terrifying.
Uh-huh.
Why? Who helped produce it?
The Obamas.
Oh man.
Yeah, and so is he making a mockery of it?
I don't know,
And
but
saying, like,
remember
this
the
isn't
day
really
after
gonna
that movie
happen,
premiered?
Or
The day after that movie premiered was the hack.
right.
What hack?
In the real world.
So in Leave the World Behind, like, everybody loses communication. You can't use your phone. TV
Oh.
goes out. Like,
It's a
so
dream.
what? It is a dream. I would like to
Except
do
for
that.
the Teslas.
Oh, yeah, you gotta watch it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Julia Roberts was amazing.
Oh yeah, she was incredible in that
She's
movie.
always so great.
But that's
movie.
a movie that you guys should watch.
Yeah, I know.
Pretty
You
scary.
called me just to tell me, which
you
you
watch
never
it?
do.
Did you watch it?
No, I didn't watch it.
Oh.
Really? Kyle
wife
calls me
watched it.
all the time to tell me to do things.
Oh no! Don't get me wrong. In between telling me to buy dumb shit, he's always telling me, "Oh, you watch this movie, bro? It's good, you know. Oh, you should buy that. You should." He always calls us. Oh, Dev, nice, you know that thing. You should buy them.
Well,
you know,
he's
you know
in
what
sales.
you know what you should do, John. We're gonna start a whole new company. You should start a whole new company. Blah, blah. Okay. Gonna do this way.
And every time we're like, "And what? You can help us?" No.
I
was
can do
just telling
your
you.
I can do your logo and that's about it.
He's always got the big idea, and he's like, "Yeah, John, go do that.
Yeah.
That'd be a good idea.
It's
You should-
good
you should do
ideas.
that."
You're
It is
just,
good
You're
ideas.
just
They
lazy.
are good ideas.
right? It is
Not
good
that I'm
ideas.
lazy. It's that's when else am I gonna like? I don't have an infinite amount of time. I do
He's
have to play
gotta watch
Fortnite.
40 movies.
This guy spends half of his night playing Fortnite. I was just trying to be more constructive for him, you know.
He's got 40 movies to watch.
Yeah. See,
Kyle.
40 movies and Fortnite.
Wait, is it 40 or 50?
50.
50.
Yeah.
Try to do one a week and I take 2 weeks
You're
off.
so real. You know how people are like, I try to read one book a month or whatever. You're like, I need to watch 50 movies.
Good goal
Like
in life,
it.
John.
I do enjoy movies, but yeah, and you know what? Like when I see bad ones, I sit through and I watch the whole thing
That's awesome.
because I'm like, "Oh, I got to give the director benefit of the doubt. Maybe they stick the landing, and half the time I'm like, oh, that was.
You're like a-
you know what we should recommend? You know what we should do? Is we should recommend a bad movie for you to see.
Yeah.
Like a movie we thought absolutely sucked.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You should watch that movie. Just because you're going to start it, you're going to have to get through it.
To maybe to see.
Yeah.
Maybe
so
I'll
Hala,
like it.
quick, come up with a movie that you thought just absolutely sucked. And
Oh,
then tell
my.
everybody why is
But
that
majority of
movie.
the times he saw it already, though.
Oh, I got one for him that I know he hasn't
Oh,
seen.
yeah, what is
I
it?
guarantee he hasn't
What was
seen.
the Ben Affleck one? It was a while ago.
Gone
And-
Girl.
Yes.
I hated that
It
movie.
was so awful.
That movie makes
Worst-
no sense. I mean, no
Worst
point. There's
movie.
no point to the movie.
No point.
Because the way it ends, they end up in the exact same place where they started.
Do you not just get mad? Like you wasted 2 or 3
Yes,
hours?
I do get mad.
I get mad. But you're so like, nope, I gotta watch this because the
there was this
director
movie, I can't
needs me to
remember
watch it.
it's called Inside.
Oh,
It's with William Dafoe.
yeah, where he gets trapped.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, it's William Dafoe. I love William Dafoe. I'm gonna watch this movie.
He's a thief. He gets into a high rise and he's trying to steal something from there. But the self-locking stuff goes off and then he can't get out. And then he's stuck in this apartment thing.
You saw Dune 1,
and he's all by himself.
Oh, gosh.
And so it's just him trying to find
So
water.
like Castaway, but in an
kinda boring.
apartment.
Yeah.
okay,
Lovely.
I got one.
And he's getting more and more naked and he's going more and more nuts and
What
And
about,
then at the end, there's no ending.
he's just stuck in there.
No, like so he builds. Okay, spoilers. So inside he builds this massive like pile of stuff to get to the sunroof,
Okay.
and then at the end you kind of see him climb out, but it doesn't. It's not really definitive, so you don't know if he ever got out or if he did get out. Like, did he get help or that's it?
Yeah, my wife hates those kind of movies where like they don't tell you like, oh, we're gonna leave it up to the viewer to decide. Like, no.
No.
Just
Okay.
tell us.
Yes.
that's kind of like how that
Wrap
Julia
it up.
Roberts movie ended.
It
though.
ended, and I'm like, is it
Oh.
ending so that they can make another one?
It looks like
or
it's
was
set up
it
to make
more
another
like,
one,
right?
It
Bird
seems
Box.
that
Oh.
way.
Yeah.
Or is
I
it
don't
like,
wanna
we
watch
want the viewer to decide?
That's why. See, that's why. Because my wife saw it. Heather saw it.
Oh.
And she goes, bro, waste my time this movie.
Yeah.
Because she wants the ending.
Yeah.
She wants it to
Yeah.
wrap in a bow
Yeah.
somehow. so
Although
she knows
it
it's
did
coming.
work on one movie this year
Okay.
that I thought perfectly. So spoilers, if you have not seen John Wick Chapter 4, you can pause or fast forward 15 seconds. So that's an open-ended ending,
No.
right? Because they show
Technically.
they show the grave and it's either he lived
What?
or
Man,
he
you just ruined the movie for me.
Oh yeah, sorry.
He's never gonna watch the movie.
I saw all the John Wicks. I was waiting for 4 to come out on Netflix.
Came out a while ago,
well,
dude.
and then it doesn't. You got to make your own. But in that way, to me, that one worked.
Did you ever see Enemy Mine?
Yeah.
Enemy Mine.
Dennis
We
Quaid.
should make him watch
Dennis
that one,
Quaid.
yeah.
I like that movie.
you
That's
did?
a good movie. Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
I like that movie. It's Dennis Quaid and Louis Gossett Jr. And Louis Gossett Jr. plays an alien, and they get trapped on an island. They get trapped on a planet together, and Dennis Quaid is the kind of
The only reason why you can tell that's Louis Scott Jr. is because of his voice.
Of
Because they made him
course.
look
Yeah.
like a full reptile.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But then the weirdest part about that movie was he gets pregnant and he gives birth.
Bro, why you want to give her all the kind
Because
of
nobody gonna
information?
watch that movie. That movie is like 30 years old.
40 years old, actually.
Yeah. He's like,
Oh,
oh. And he-
did you hear that
Put
you
the
can
baby.
you can now use Steamboat Mickey Mouse, public domain as of
Oh,
January
yeah,
1st?
that's right.
For what though?
for
Whatever you
anything.
want. No.
It's public domain.
So we could print it on a
Make your
t-shirt
shirt,
and sell it?
Kyle.
Yeah, you can make
I
a
like shirt,
Steamboat
baby.
Willie Mickey Mouse
Oh,
T-shirt.
wow.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Should make one with like Hawaiian
With a
version.
Hawaii cruise ship.
There you go.
Tomorrow I'll design
Or
one.
Okay,
put like
so
a flower on
John,
Yeah.
you have to watch Dr. T and the Women.
Dr. T and the okay,
Dr.
text it
T
to
and
me.
the
I will
Women.
watch it.
It is by far the worst movie I've ever seen in my life.
You know
Like,
what's funny?
like worse than that The Room movie where the guy is totally nonsensical, and like that movie was so bad that it's actually
The Room.
kinda
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
The
The Room,
Room.
yeah, uh-huh.
This one was Robert Altman. He directed
okay.
it, right? Who's a major director. Richard Gere is in it. Farrah
so
Fawcett
it's
is in
got a
it.
good cast.
Helen Hunt is in it.
Well,
All
so
these
it
really-
actually made the theaters.
Oh yeah. I mean, the reason why I say
Dr.
it's the
T
worst
and
movie
the-
in the history of man is I took a date to this movie, and that was and it wasn't just because she didn't
And it
find
was
me
not Heather.
attractive, but that was the only date we went on because I took her to this movie. We went to the movie. And she was like, "Okay, good night." didn't want to see me again, and I get it because
Wait, you blaming the movie on that and not yourself?
Well, I mean, I'm sure I had a part to do with it too, but she totally lost faith in me because I took her to this really dumbass movie. But it was supposed to be all these things, and you go to the movie, and I went, "What the?" There was just, yeah.
Oh,
I'm sorry for swearing, but it
It's
literally
okay.
was. What the fuck is going on in this movie? And then it ends, and you go, "What the fuck is going on?"
What did I just watch?
Yeah, exactly. And you go, there were no moments in there that I could take away that I was able to share with anybody and make it and say, well, it might have been good if this had just changed. No, it wasn't that. Okay, so I'll give you the opening scene. The opening scene, okay?
Okay.
The opening scene of this movie is it zooms in on a doctor's office, right? Zooms in on and there's all these women sitting around. And Robert Altman, the way he directs it was very sort of free form. So I don't think these ladies had a script or anything, but it's all these women, and they're all, old and young and whatever, and they're all various states of makeup and whatnot, right? Zooms down the hallway, goes to the doctor's office, and what you see is a really old lady wearing way too much makeup, and her legs are in stirrups. Because Dr. T is a gynecologist.
Oh my.
And she, I think if I remember correctly, she's smoking a cigarette, and Richard Gere is down between this lady's legs. And you're like, what is happening right now? And it's because he's Dr. T and he's Richard Gere handsome, so everybody wants to go and see it.
It's a comedy then.
Got it.
I don't even know.
What is it described as? I want to pull it up.
It's a comedy
Dr.
drama
T and the women.
thing, Dr. T and the women. And it
Like a dark comedy. No?
Really, if it's a comedy, it's a really dark, really lame-ass comedy. But seriously, people would ask me about the worst movie I ever saw, and that, bar none, is the worst movie I ever saw. And people said, this movie is great, and the thing, and
this is from the
Robert
year
Altman
2000.
and blah, blah, blah. And I went, no, this movie is shit. It is absolute shit.
It is a comedy.
Kate Hudson
it's
is
not-
in this?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Because it's Robert Altman, there's all these super famous people, and you're like, oh, wow, oh, wow, oh, wow. And then you're watching the movie going, why? Why did all these people get into this movie? I don't understand. Seriously, please watch it. Make it one of your 50, and then I want to see your one-word review on this.
Devin was right.
I don't know, because maybe I'm the only
I'm
one.
going to be like, that was the greatest movie I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Devin doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Well,
Sorry.
no, go ahead. I was just going to say, if you hear weird sounds, Devin's chair is making weird noises, and
I
someone's
thought he
moving
was
a chair
farting
upstairs.
the whole time.
It sounds kind of like farting,
Oh.
but it's not Devin.
Okay.
Yeah, you hear that? See?
Oh, yeah. I hear it now.
Yeah, I was like, holy gassy today.
Okay, sorry.
I told John before we started, I said, my chair is junk. He goes, it's okay. It's fine.
No, it wasn't doing it as bad as... now it's really bad.
Okay, you know what? You have 3 minutes left.
Okay.
Instead of the 5 desert island.
Yeah, no,
dish
she's
thing-
done
No,
that
she doesn't have
No,
to do
there's
that.
no. If you had to pick one movie.
Wait, she has to finish what she was going to say. though.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I was just saying movie theaters are closing down, right? So ours
Yeah.
just closed down in
Yeah,
Hawaii.
Hawaii.
And we were
Yeah.
talking the other day. We're like, where do people go on a date?
Kahala.
Oh, no.
But then I was like, movies were not a good date. How was that a good date? Like, you don't get to talk to each other. I mean, but I guess, like, you're together watching a movie, laughing sometimes, crying, whatever. And then you talk about it after? I don't know.
After then you have.
Yeah,
to
you
What
don't
does anybody
comment.
do
You'd
now?
walk over to Bubby's,
Oh,
get some ice cream,
yeah.
talk
Yeah.
about the movie.
That's
you cannot
true.
go Bubby's, though, if you go Ward, because there is no Bubby's.
No,
Or is there a Bubby's there?
Coco
Or
Marina
Baskin
had.
Robbins,
That's why.
or-
Oh, Baskin Robbins.
Yeah.
How do people date now?
They
Where do
don't.
they
It's all
go?
just,
text
they
each
just
other.
swipe and they go like,
Yeah.
yeah, hey, what are you doing?
They just hook up.
Hook up.
We're all
Sad.
old married people now.
Dang. Thank God.
I
Oh, my gosh.
Can you
Well, you
imagine?
got a really good one, though. You got a really good one. Your
So do
husband's
you.
awesome. We love him.
You all do.
know. Yeah, we love Haley.
Yay.
Nah.
Okay, what was your thing?
No, so instead of the desert island disc, you have to only pick one movie to watch over and over.
Pretty Woman.
Oh,
Wow, that was fast.
okay, that was pretty
Every
fast.
time it comes on like TBS or USA or TNT, whatever those channels are, I don't care how many times I've seen it. I don't care if there's commercials. I will watch it. And I will recite the lines.
That's me.
You,
Except for
John?
the
Okay.
hooker part.
Yes.
My favorite movie is Braveheart, but I would not pick that as my thing to watch over and over and over again
No.
because it's too much. So I'd probably go either Old School
Oh.
or Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, yes.
Because then I could just watch that over and over
Yeah,
again.
Both are good.
Devin?
Wait, you gotta come back to me. I got too many to choose
And what would
from.
you do?
I watched Tropic Thunder again.
Tropic Thunder.
I'm a dude playing a dude. Acting like another
I
dude.
realized that a type of movie like that will never, ever, ever be made again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But it's a fantastic movie.
Yeah.
So I'll probably bring that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I want to say sorry. I kind of stepped on your Pretty Woman a little bit.
No, you didn't.
No, I jumped in too early.
No.
That was very rude.
It's all good.
He's gonna call you once you leave. Am I like, again? Sorry about that.
John, I
didn't mean
need
to
my
step
house
in.
painted.
You stepped on me.
Then we'll call it even.
Call it even. If you seen how big her yard is, you can be mowing that lawn.
Yes.
For me, everybody's gonna think it's like a Star Wars.
I was gonna
or
say Star Wars,
Trek
right?
movie, but no. I think it would be Ocean's 11.
Oh.
I can watch Ocean's 11 over and over and over again. There isn't a bad beat in that movie, and it's got the camaraderie, it's got the comedy. There's just and the banter between the characters is I think the part that I enjoy the most.
I
Like,
just
you can
stayed
watch
at the
it.
Bellagio because of that movie.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
because was it that one that was filmed at the Bellagio?
Yeah.
Even
I was
the
like,
music.
I want to stay
yeah.
at the Bellagio.
The music
Yeah.
in that movie is good.
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
It was a well done movie.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what?
They shouldn't have kept
Forrest
making
Gump is a really good movie.
I was just watching that the other day too. It was on
It's an
TV.
all-time movie.
It's so good. It's so
Yeah.
long, but it's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Shawshank Redemption too.
Certain parts of Shawshank, I don't think I could watch again.
Where he's getting
Traumatizing.
beaten up by a guy in.
Yeah, yeah.
Why? Don't remind you of high school.
Kind of like the
too.
Green Mile. I like the Green Mile, but I don't like that
Oh.
certain part.
Oh.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Well, we got some good ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, but remember, what is the movie? What is the movie you're gonna have to watch?
Dr. T and the Women.
There you go. You don't have a movie that really sucks that you want him to watch?
Oh.
Someone, you know who called me is Alan Okami.
Oh,
Out of the blue one day, and he goes, John, I know you watch plenty of movies. Go watch The Lobster.
Oh man, really?
I'm like, why?
The
He's
Lobster.
like, that movie is so effing bad. I hated it so much. I want to see if you're gonna hate it too. I'm like, okay.
Oh,
Challenge accepted.
you know what movie you guys should watch if you didn't before? Is Four Rooms.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Madonna,
The Tarantino one.
Tarantino, Antonio Banderas.
I've never even heard
Bad?
of
It's such a weird movie, but I find it fascinating the way they wrote it. Because I'm not gonna even explain it. You guys should watch
You
it.
can't explain.
Then
that
tell me
movie.
what you think of it.
it. Okay.
But that's not a movie you don't like.
You could really hate it, or you could really love it.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, with that, we will bid adieu to Maila. Thank you again for being such a good sport coming
Thank you
in.
for
But
having
by the
me.
way, how come we haven't had her? Like you guys haven't played. I mean, granted,
she
Maila
doesn't
doesn't
play
really
music.
sing that much.
Yeah, we don't really do that.
I know.
Okay.
But
I
But
just
until
checking.
next week-
I mean, just
One day.
we've got the everybody
One-
always asks us.
one day, one day.
When does Maila sing?
One day.
Okay.
Happy New Year.
Happy New
Happy New
Year.
Year, everybody.
Bye.